that the mitboded must make in order to attain his desired goal of divesting his mind from physicality. First, as regards the body, he must minimize any and all attachment to physical desires. Regarding food, he must accustom himself to eating the minimum quantity of foods with the highest food value. He actually says it, the highest food value. Me'at hakamut v'rav ha'echut. A little bit of food with high food value. Eat healthy. In line with our sages' pronouncement, quote, "This is the way of the Torah. Eat bread with salt, drink water in small measure, sleep on the ground, live a life of deprivation, and labor in the Torah. If you do so, you shall be happy, and it shall be well with you." You should be happy in this world. It should be well with you in the world to come. And the world to come is not just after death. It becomes now, the world to come becomes part of your reality now. You live as what I love to call a ben olam haba, a child of the next world. You should minimize the intake of cooked foods as well as undue quantities of wine. The intention is not to live a life of deprivation that causes one to suffer. In Hebrew, Ein hakavana sheyichiyu chayei tza'ah. The intent is not to live a life of suffering. Hamatridim oto, that cause a person undue suffering. On the contrary, arab adaraba, zu ma sheyitrahaku mehasagat hashleimut. This is what distances a person from attaining perfection. Overdoing suffering and self-negation and that is what distances a person from perfection. The intention is rather that even if one is wealthy and has everything he needs, he should not derive benefit from his possessions beyond what he needs to maintain his soul and his body. He should deprive his animal appetites, not giving them all that they desire. In this way, by weakening those appetites, his soul will become empowered, and his mind will become freed of its imprisonment by the animal forces within him. It will then come from potential to actual and achieve bonding, attachment to its creator. That's what he says. I mean, it's a beautiful text. Whether you agree or you will like, but 500 years ago for somebody to write like this, it is also proper to minimize the frequency of marital relations. The sages referred to this when they warned that a man should not accustom himself to being with his wife like a rooster. One should rather intend to fulfill this mitzvah from Leil Shabbat to Leil Shabbat, from Friday night to Friday night. Even this should be with great purity and wholesomeness, such that one's thoughts should be to serve one's Creator and to embody and reflect the supernal unity of the letters Yud-He with the letters Vav-He of the name of God. Because a man and a wife are Yud-He and Vav-He. The kiss is the Yud and the He, and the sexual relationship is the completion of Hashem's name. That's a beautiful, simple, and wonderful kavanah. Each one of us is a Yud Vav He. When we meet together, we become one whole Yud Vav He. And when we have children, the father's the Yud and the mother's the He, and the son is the Vav and the He, and the daughter's the He. The family becomes a Yud Vav He. Meaning to say, the family becomes a container, a temple for the presence of God. And then the people become, the community, the world becomes, but it has to start with each one of us. And as the masters of Kabbalah have explained regarding the mystery of the union of husband and wife, which is the Ramban, the Ramban's what's called Igeret HaKodesh, the holy epistle of the Ramban, where he writes about 6 chapters about the food that one should eat, the intentions that one should have, all the different things involved in holy marital relations. Then, with one's thought attached on high, in accordance with the verse, you shall walk in his ways, then that union and the fulfillment of this mitzvah in this way will bring a person to a very great level and an abundance of divine illumination. It will become, it's not easy. I'm 61 years old. I enjoy, and it's supposed to be, you're supposed to have a physical joy and satisfaction, the satisfaction of the actual act itself, and also the act of giving, of being with another whom you love more than anybody in the whole world, and joining and letting down your guard and becoming one with another whom you love. There's nothing greater, and it gets better as you go. But one of the great goals to try to achieve is for both of us to be in the light. For both of us to feel the incredible blessing of doing something that is totally holy, and totally physical at the same time. Bless us all. In addition to the above, it is necessary to immerse in the mikveh in order to maintain the purity of thought that accompanies bodily cleanliness. This is necessary even if one has engaged in rectified marital relations, for it is simply not right to approach this holy work of meditating on the letters of God's names except in a state of purity and cleanliness. When you then conduct yourself in this way with regard to your body and your physical energies, and you are consistent in this for a long period of time, you will get to the level wherein your physical desires will no longer trouble you to desire what they had been accustomed to receive beforehand. Now, your desires will not have an independent existence and demand things of you. You will become the master, so to speak, and you'll give, like a person gives his horse. Like Hillel said, I'm going to take care of my animal. Not in a derogatory sense. My body is my charge. It is the thing that I've been given to take care of and to bring to a higher level. So again, I just feel that the way he's writing it says, wow, it's very soft. It's very normal. It's balanced. Yes, it is a high goal, but it's like there's a certain beauty here. The time will have arrived for you now to move forward to rectify your neshama, your soul. This involves both rectifying your midot, your unrectified character traits, as well as attaining the highest levels of divine midot. You want to become like God. It is especially important to dissociate yourself from the trait of anger, from worry, and from the desire for unnecessary luxuries. These traits prevent a person from achieving the highest level of divine connection. With this, you will rise up to the level of hishtavut, equanimity. It goes on. I'll skip a little bit. After making all these preparations, then at the moment that you're ready to speak with your Creator, be alert to clear your thoughts of all the vanities of this world. Wrap yourself in your talit and place tefillin on your arm and head, if you can, in order to maximize a deep reverence and trepidation before the Shekhinah, who is with you now at this moment. Now sit and take pen and paper in hand and begin to permutate the holy letters of the Aleph Beit, and to galgel, to cycle them with alacrity and with great passion, as I have taught you in the earlier chapters. In particular, the 8th chapter. All of this is extremely helpful to dissociate the nefesh and purify her of all external forms and physical images, and to divest her. This will allow you to direct your heart and your consciousness and your mind and your neshama to the intellectual form or idea or question that you wish to ask from Hashem. May He be blessed. So basically, this is a system of, it uses the Hebrew letters. You see, the beauty about letters, which is part of the chapters before it, I explained the concept behind it. Rabbi Kaplan spoke about this in many places, that letters are more abstract than words. Words have meanings, and meanings, we can attach ourselves to the meaning, think we know what it means. But the letters that are the components of a word, what do they mean? Right? What is an aleph alone? What is a beit alone? What is a gimel alone? So that's what's called the preconceptual. Words are conceptual. Letters are preconceptual. And through sounding the letters and through envisioning the letters, concentrating on the letters, permeating and permutating the letters, you use that to dissociate from physical thought to spiritual thought. It's an actual proved and proven method. And even Pythagoras, in other words, even the great mathematicians of the ancient world, they used mathematics, they used numbers to abstract themselves out of physical consciousness into divine consciousness. So all the more so, we have the Hebrew Aleph Beit. In this highly sensitive state, prepare to envision in your heart and mind as if you are sitting in the heavens, and the heavens of the heavens before the Holy One, blessed be He, surrounded by the splendor and the radiance of the Shekhinah. As if you see the Holy One sitting like a majestic and exalted king. I never make fun of prophetic images. Of course God is not a king with a white beard. But it's a prophetic image. The mind needs an image, and then you can go beyond it, but you don't minimize the beauty of seeing an Ancient of Days. Moshe Rabbeinu on Mount Sinai saw a vision of the Ancient of Days. I always like to